Hello. I'm so glad to be back. Oh gosh. Whoa, what's going on with my face? There we go. Okay. Perpetual blush going on there. I'm actually a tiny bit embarrassed that I haven't been here for a couple of weeks. So thank you again for joining me. Yay! I see Matthew J. Drake and Macadoodle in the chat. So, hi, how are you? I'm so happy to see you. Let's see. Stream, brains. You know what? Brains are a little tough for me today. It's been a rough couple of weeks. Just got a lot going on. Just a lot. A lot. You know what it is? I think for me, travel is something I absolutely love. I love travel. And it also means that I like to go off on little travel jaunts as often as I possibly can. And it totally breaks up routine, right? Like, so a couple of times, if you caught some of my earlier streams, especially the one or two that we didn't catch the VODs on, so they don't end up on the YT channel later. But, hello, Kelly. Thank you for joining in. Yes, totally eat your dinner, but, hi. And please, feel free to leave me chatting in the background as you enjoy your meal, and I will do my best not to chat about anything that might ruin the experience. But speaking of, it's actually probably smart to have a snack or be otherwise eating while I'm chatting, because I'm about to talk about travel, which means I'm going to be talking about food, because I love to travel. It breaks up my routines horribly. And what I was about to say was, if you had joined me on some of my earliest streams, the ones there are no records of, so there's no evidence. But a part of it towards the end, I popped into this app that I use called Habitica, and I'm trying to set up good habits and track some daily tasks, so I feel super good checking them off. And when you're trying to develop habits, you start to kind of develop a routine so that you can do the same things each day that you wanted to develop habits on. And when you travel, routines get blown out of the water, partially because you're not home, and also partially for me because if I'm traveling, it generally means that I'm in a different time zone, right? So some things just don't happen in the way that my body expects a routine to happen, right? Like meals, for example. Actually, no, I take that back, because meals aren't as big a problem for me because I eat like a hobbit. I like to have 5 meals a day, and then there's always snacky time, right? So, there's breakfast, and then there's 11sies, and, I missed one. Oh my gosh. There's breakfast, there's second breakfast, and then there's 11sies. I'm personally a big fan of lunch and tea time. Those are 2 of my favorite meals of the day. And then, sometimes you end up with an early supper. And if your supper's really early, then who's to say that you don't also have a late dinner, right? Especially when you're traveling. Because when I travel, I'm not one of those people that travels to go do super exciting things, right? Like, a lot of my friends love to go to the beach, and they love to go to the beach for the water sports, right? The jet skis is a thing. I've had a lot of friends who are like, oh, let's go, and we're definitely going to rent a jet ski, and we're going to zoom around the water and have a great time. And depending on where you are, that may or may not be all that great of a time, because they have a specific area that you're allowed to take the jet ski in. So the first time I ever got on a jet ski by myself, mistakes were made, friends. Mistakes were made, because it's not that I'm a bad driver. It's that there are other things I'm paying attention to if I'm on the ocean and we're near the shore. And so I got distracted while I was driving the jet ski and maybe pulled a little too close to shore, appreciating, birds and tidal pool things. And I might have gotten the jet ski a little too close to the areas where there was a lot of seaweed. And so my jet ski got clogged up with a whole bunch of seaweed. So then the guys who were there to help us with the rental had to come out and unclog my jet ski, which took up a whole bunch of time. And meanwhile, my friends are all zipping around and doing wackadoodle things with the jet ski. And I'm just sitting there like, but that bird over there. So I was just distracted looking at the birds and stuff and looking at the various other animals that were in the shallow area while they were unclogging my jet ski. And then I would go off again, and then I'd get distracted again, and then end up in seaweed again. But, I'd be seeing all sorts of cool sea life. So they thought I was hysterical. The people who rented the jet skis thought I was hysterical because obviously it didn't do much damage to their jet skis, they said to me. I don't know for a fact because I don't know anything about jet skis really. But they said that I hadn't damaged their jet skis or anything. And it's way better than people that run up on the sandbars or run too close to stones or something like that, where I can imagine it's just much more lasting damage. Me, no, I was just ending up in places with lots of seaweed because animals. So I am not a particularly dynamic jet skier. I have no idea how to water ski or waterboard. No. Waterboard is not the term I'm looking for. But you know how they have what looks like a snowboard, but it's not. It's for the water and you're being, pulled behind a boat. Yeah, I've never done that either. We probably don't want to trust me to try it. I know my roommate just recently was on an island out somewhere in the Pacific, and I got pictures back of my roommate parasailing. And I was like, wow. One hand, those are some cool pictures, and that must have been a cool view. But also, there's this scene in an old movie, I think it was Jaws 3 or Jaws 4, where, some people were parasailing, and then they were afraid because the shark took out the boat, and then they, on the parasail, ended up in the water or something like that. It was all a thing. There was a whole scene about parasailing and the shark attack. And I'm like, no, I remember movies too well. And therefore, that just doesn't seem like a thing I want to do. So, water sports are not why I travel. I do like snorkeling because, again, the distracted by animals. And I had this friend, she grew up in Hawaii, and she used to tell me all about scuba diving and how they would dive for these various shellfish where they would have a diver's knife, right? They dive down for shellfish, and they would literally crack open the shellfish and eat the shellfish fresh while they were still underwater. They just remove their mouthpiece, take a bite of this, this mollusk, and then put their mouth, swallow, and then put the mouthpiece back in to breathe. And I'm like, okay, that is a way to tempt me to learn how to scuba dive because eating is involved. And you cannot get fresher than a mollusk that you have harvested right off the seafloor, and you are still sitting on the seafloor when you eat it underwater. So yeah, if I were to try scuba diving, it would be because of that. And generally, if you want to get me to try anything, it's probably the best way to entice me is to have tasty food involved. A tasty food experience is my gateway to adventure. And that's why I travel. So I travel not for sightseeing. I know a lot of people travel to see cathedrals, and I could go into a cathedral or two and look around. I can appreciate the architecture and the artwork. I love to read, and I know some people will go traveling just to go see different amazing libraries around the world. And I could go to a library or two, or maybe check out a cozy bookstore or two through the course of a trip. Sure. But what I'm going to spend my energy on, when push comes to shove, if there's only one experience that I can pursue because there's limited time in my travel trip, it's going to be a foodie experience. Gotta be a foodie experience, particularly in countries where they're really famous for their street food. I think that's a major thing. So recently, I was traveling, and it was a day job thing. So a lot of my itinerary was taken up by the day jobby stuff, right? But again, you try to make travel worth it, even when it's day jobby stuff, by having some cool experiences. And I was able to tag on a couple of extra days. So I got to see a Broadway show. And here's the funny thing. I reached out to a couple friends of mine who live in the area of New York City because I haven't seen them some of them in years. I know one or two of them at least a year, right? One of them is a really cool YouTuber by the name of Ru Onesan. Shout out to Ru Onesan because she's awesome VTuber. And incidentally, the VTuber that got me started. So she's super cute and super fun and also really gives good voice, honestly. And so I got to meet up with her, and I got to meet up with a couple of other friends because we were all traveling in the same general area. They were going to see a Broadway show, and I decided I was going to be in the area. We didn't stay at the same places, but that's okay. And I would meet up with them on Broadway. And we got together, had dinner, and then we parted ways to each go see our various Broadway shows. And I went to see Hadestown, which was awesome. And Ru Onesan was actually the person that suggested Hadestown to me because I was up, it was a toss-up for me between a couple of other shows that I had also been hearing about. Like Six was another one. And she helped me figure out which one I wanted to see. So we parted ways, went to see our various shows, and then met up back again in Times Square before calling it a night and parting ways again. But it was so awesome to see friends in a random place where none of us lives, right? Because we were all traveling and happened to be in the same place by coincidence in the same weekend and managed to connect. And oh boy, was it a foodie thing? Because we all sat down for dinner before the shows because, I'm being chaotic about how I tell this story and it's super out of order. But the food, we decided to have, I forget the name of the restaurant, but it was like classic Broadway diner food. And if you've never been to the Northeast, if you've never been to New York City, there's a whole lot of different kinds of dining experiences there. Talk about foodie experiences galore, right? And when I was in college, I used to visit friends who went to Stevens Technical Institute, which is in Hoboken, New Jersey. And, we were poor college students, but we found ways to go to Broadway shows because both Stevens Tech had really, really discounted tickets. And then also at the time, TKTS is there. And TKTS would have like 60 to 70% discount. And if you got 60 to 70% discount on a matinee show, it was actually kind of affordable for a college student if you had a part-time job, So I visited Broadway every once in a while with my college friends, and we would do different foodie kind of experiences. And then, you try to learn how to adult, and you get an adult paycheck. And one of the first things that I decided to do with my adult paychecks after college was spend it on food. So New York Restaurant Week is a blessing because, again, all sorts of really cool foodie experiences available and doable on a much more affordable price point than if you just went into New York and tried to go to various restaurants. So paying attention to when Restaurant Week is in any particular city is a good call. This time, none of us did that. That wasn't the timing. But we decided to do diner food. And I hadn't been to the area in a while. And there's just something about certain things. So for example, I hadn't had a New York egg cream to drink in forever. And a lot of my friends who've never been to the tri-state area, the New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania area, have no idea what a New York egg cream is. And, in description, it's basically just a carbonated chocolate milk. Really. But if it's made in the right proportions and it's made and the ingredients are added in the right order, it is a super tasty drink. It's a really, really tasty drink. And I love a properly made New York egg cream. And I also really, really, really dislike an improperly made New York egg cream. So what am I going to order in a New York diner on Broadway but a New York egg cream? Of course. So had that. And then another thing that I love and something that New York City does well is Reubens. The Reuben sandwich. Because I've had Reubens elsewhere in the country. And some of them are these thin little sandwiches with a few tasty slices of corned beef or pastrami and a whole lot of sauerkraut and maybe even a generous amount of Thousand Island dressing and maybe a slice of Swiss. Okay, you got the components right. You maybe even toasted the bread nicely. However, when you get a proper Reuben, especially in New York City, it's all about the proportions again. So you get a portion of corned beef or pastrami if you like. I prefer corned beef. But you get a portion of corned beef that is piled high with, hand piled. It hasn't been compressed so that it's just a block of meat. No, this has been hand piled so there's air between the slices so that you can taste the slices like a proper sandwich should be made. And that pile is the size of your face. And then there's a healthy handful of sauerkraut, but there isn't more sauerkraut than there is corned beef. Get it? Proportions. Proportions are important. And there are a generous number of slices of Swiss cheese melted over this corned beef. And the slices of marbled rye bread are properly toasted. And I tend to like to ask for my Thousand Island dressing on the side. This is not necessarily the way that it always has to be. Some people really like it inside. But I like it on the side because I like to dip for each bite rather than have it in the middle of my sandwich and have everything slide out from between the bread. That's just a mechanics thing, right? So I got myself a proper Reuben at this New York City diner while I was traveling. And I was super happy with it. Yay! I didn't even need dessert because really, New York egg cream and a corned beef, a corned beef Reuben, that was it. I was full. I was real full. In fact, I was really tempted to take half of it home. But since we were going, we had dinner before the show, I was not taking leftovers into a Broadway show. No. So I did finish my sandwich. And all of my companions also ordered various tasty things. And, we shared little bites of things around, which is also fun when you're with a group of friends who like to share the bites. Because you know what that is for any foodie lover? It means variety. You get to have a bunch of tastes without eating the entire menu. So one of the things I also loved about these friends that I had met up for dinner with is we like to share tastes. Right? And we all know how to cut off a proper bite and share around. And so, yeah, it was a great dinner. And then saw Hadestown, loved that. Absolutely loved that. But then again, I really do enjoy a good Broadway show. And there is something about being on Broadway, right? I have gone to see shows in Philadelphia and in Seattle and a couple other places, even down in Virginia. And the touring show companies are really, really good. But there is a kind of exciting magic to Broadway, right? So that was travel. And then, I went back to my hotel. And then the next morning, I met another friend who happens to be a voice actor for various video games. And her name is Sura Siu. And she tunes in every once in a while. So, hi, Sura. Hey! She is the voice for several different video game characters, as well as really an award-winning audiobook narrator. And so we met up at Mitsuwa up in North Jersey for breakfast. And really, it wasn't breakfast because Mitsuwa doesn't really, the food court doesn't open till like 11 a.m. So let's say it was a late morning. And I have no guilt about that. Because that morning, like in the middle of the night, I did a White Castle run. Because there was a White Castle like 2 or 3 minutes away from my hotel. So did I do a White Castle while I was in the area of the New York City, New Jersey area? Yes. Yes, I did. Is White Castle high cuisine? No. No, it is not. I had a Trash Panda foodie experience in the middle of the night, and I have no regrets because, White Castle isn't good, but somehow there's something really fun and tasty about it. Once every couple of years. There's obviously movies that include White Castle, and I'm not talking about those. But the White Castles themselves, I happen to like White Castle cheeseburgers, just as they are, White Castle cheeseburgers. And when I was younger, like not that much younger, but a little bit younger, and I had a much faster metabolism because I was triple varsity back in high school. So I was a cross-country runner. I was a swimmer in the winter. And I was a volleyball player. But that was only club. So it wasn't technically a varsity sport. So I also helped out with the spring track team. And that's how I ended up with... Anyway, who cares? But I was burning a lot of calories. And back then, I used to be able to totally demolish a 20-pack of White Castle cheeseburgers. Maybe with some fries. I can't do that anymore. But it was a lot of fun and very, very nostalgic to have some White Castle, like 2 or 4 cheeseburgers now in the middle of the night. So I'm like sitting there with your classic New York City diner experience and my New York egg cream and my Reuben. And then I went to see a show, and then in the middle of the night, I'm getting White Castle. Yup. And then, you sleep in and go to Mitsuwa and have some really good Japanese food at 11 a.m. as soon as the food court opens. Some of my favorite foods. And then I drove to the airport and flew home. So that's how I turned a day job work experience in which I had like my whole itinerary and whatever, blah, blah, blah. But as soon as I was cut loose from day job, I had a great night on Broadway, some Trash Panda food in the middle of the night, and some great Japanese food in the morning, like for brunch, before heading to the airport and flying back. Yeah. But needless to say, my sleep schedule was wrecked because going home meant I went to a different time zone. So travel, time zones, wrecks your routine. And then I got home, and there were some travel whammies, so delays and stuff, so I didn't stream. And then the next week, life, and I was trying to adult. And adulting is hard when you're not actually sure, because you're an adult, but how do you adult? I'm not really sure. I'm figuring it out, right? So I'm trying to adult, and part of adulting is, going to the doctor for your checkups, and then also going to the doctor for appropriate things like checking out aches and pains and medical stuff. And it turns out that I need physical therapy. So I have been for the last couple of weeks trying to get used to a new physical therapy regimen. And this kind of thing is temporary. You're not supposed to do it for the rest of your life. You're just like, okay, here we're going to have you come in like such and such many times a week for 6 weeks or 8 weeks, and we're going to see where you are. And if you're making progress, then we're going to reduce it to coming in once a week, and then we're going to reduce it even further as you gain strength and the pain resolves and this and that and those, and you have better range of motion, etc., etc., etc. But I made the mistake last week of having my first physical therapy session in the mid-afternoon, right? after day job. And I thought I was going to have enough time and energy to stream, and oh no, mistakes were made. I was so wiped out. First of all, my physical therapy session went way longer than I thought it was gonna. Way longer. I was a tired puppy. So tired. Oh my gosh. But also it ran way long. So I was still at the physical therapy office when I would get started streaming. I'm still working on the timing of that because I showed up earlier to get started earlier and all of that and moved my appointments up, and I'm still streaming late today. So physical therapy is still a work in progress to figure out how to properly get it into my schedule and not be late to things. And by the time I get used to it enough, we're probably going to change it up again because we're going to change the cadence. Hopefully, because I'm making progress, which is good. And physical therapy is ultimately very good for me because I'm taking care of my body. Whee! But in the meantime, I'm a tired puppy who apparently can't blink my eyes at the same time. So, yeah, adulting. I'm still trying to figure it out. Hopefully you can find that fairly relatable. But anyway, I'm here. I started streaming late. And now maybe we should jump back into Coral Island? What do you think? I think Coral Island would be a good idea. I was streaming. Last time I streamed Stormgate, which was fun. Yay! I really enjoyed Stormgate, but I'm probably not a person that real-time strategy players would want to watch play Stormgate, because I'm not a super technical player. So when I was just messing around in Stormgate last time I was streaming, I would set up my base and try to fortify it so I wouldn't have to worry about it. Then I was wandering around the map just generally looking for little delighters, and oh boy, were there delighters. I was very happy with what I found. I hope it stays in the final game. But yeah, that one isn't one that I can keep playing over time, but it was a lot of fun to explore Stormgate for the first time. I don't know if once Stormgate finally comes out for public play, I don't know if I would stream that here, because I don't know if I consider Stormgate like a cozy, relaxed game to play. So I guess we'll wait and see. I'm still beta-ing. Beta-ing? Beta-ing? Oh my gosh. I so don't have any kind of appropriate vocabulary, I think. Oh well. Anyway. It is what it is. I'm having fun. So, yes. Let's go to Coral Island. We can talk about food and stuff again while we're in there. Alright, let's see if I can get gameplay going. Here we go. There's Coral Island. Yay! Let's start playing. Oh, if we heard a bork, that would be Puppy Corbin. Oh, I think I should resize this just a little. Hush, puppy. There's a puppy below me. There we go. I just think that Coral Island could be resized just a bit. There we go. Alright. Let us resume the game. Yay. Okay. So, one of the other things that is super funny, super funny, is I have a new keyboard. And it is a split keyboard. Oh no. And because it's a split keyboard, I may be messed up trying to figure some stuff out and where things are. But in general, I should be okay. Split keyboard because ergonomics and stuff. For some reason, I thought that was a cockroach, like in Animal Crossing. You know how you've been outside of the game for a while and you come back to the house, and each room has cockroaches in it, and you have to like chase them down and run them over? Yeah. For a second there, I thought that was what was going on, but it was just leaves blowing by. All right, first thing we're going to do is water some plants because that's what I ought to do first thing. Because the first thing to making money in a game like this is actually remembering to take care of your crops. Once I gather more resources, I think I'll be a lot better at the whole brains. I mean, hopefully I'll be better at brains when I'm not as tired as I am today. But once I have more resources that I've been gathering from diving and stuff in Coral Island, hopefully I will have the wherewithal to also install automatic watering. But then I'll have to lay out my flower bed or my vegetable beds differently, and I'm not really sure yet how to do that. I could look it up online, but where's the fun in that? So for right now, I just got the one water sprinkler. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, I think I'm perpetually... Yeah, I still haven't remapped the keys for my expressions, and so... I'm just going to have random expressions going on sometimes, especially when I'm using tools. Or I suppose I could use... Well, let me see what happens when I use my mouse to select the tool. Yeah, okay, that'll work better. I can do that and not have random expressions. It's not like I need to super be effective when it comes to using my keys the way I would in a game like a combat system. And go get more water. I also have to visit Ling at the lab because I finished doing a quest. Which means I'm probably going to get a follow-up quest for the diving, which is cool because I find the diving fun. It's very pretty. And I believe this game has mermaids. Now the question is, are the mermaids romanceable? Because I wouldn't mind romancing a mermaid. Would you mind romancing a mermaid? I wouldn't. Macadoodle, what's that? What is that typo? Grow my cops. I mean, I do have a thing for, you know, people in uniform. First responders being definitely the top of that list. Although I really am a little bit more into military than I am cops. But I mean, if that's what you're into, I'm not judging. It's Wednesday. I'm going to remember this time that Wednesday means... Oh, there we go. New keyboard situation. Wednesday means that the store isn't open anyway, so I don't have to be conflicted about what I do next. So we're going diving! And before we go diving, maybe I will... Oh, I should really have the net out just in case. Just in case I come across a bug, which I am particularly bad at catching, by the way. We'll figure it out as we go. Oh yeah, Ling's... Wait, before I go diving, where is Ling's... Do we know where Ling's lab is? I forget where Ling's lab is. That's the lighthouse. Coral Inn, Wataru, Eva... That's the clinic. Where's the lab? Do we know where the lab is? Where's the lab? Nope. Kira. Mark. Jack and Kira and Kenny's house. Kenny. Ben. Joko. Carpenter. Vineyard. I don't remember where the lab is. There's an abandoned villa over there. This is the cafe. Zara, Betty, Alice, Noah, Theo, Where is the lab? I can't find it. I'm terrible. Is time going by as I do this? Somebody's there that I don't know. Oh, that's Lily. Nope, I need Ling. Connor. I don't know what this is about. Is this the pufferfish? What? Ling's mansion. Oh, there's Ling's mansion. Is Ling's mansion where the lab is? All right, let's go to the mansion then. Where am I in relationship to this? I'm down here. Okay, we're going to go up that way and try to figure this nonsense out. Okay. Let's go get lost. Hooray! I am terrible about remembering where things are. Ooh, I think I saw a mushroom over here. You know, to get distracted by on my way. Oops. I just did the map thing again. Meanwhile, I have wasted time and it's noon. More stuff to harvest. Yay. Because look, gotta sell stuff, be selling stuff when a farmer's gotta be selling stuff when they're not growing things. Hello, Taco. You're gonna be too busy to talk, but I still want to say hi to you because you're so cute. Hello, Bon Bon. I do, but I got places to go. People to talk to. And if I remember correctly, I gotta go up here. There's a bunch of places for lease. Okay, I think I went too far north. Oops. I did that. Yeah, I did. Because here's the house. I gotta go this way, I think. Okay. We're lost! You would think I'd figure my way around, but I used to get lost on people's islands in Animal Crossing, so this is terrible. So I think this is her mansion, and if it's her mansion, then I might be able to... This is maybe where her lab is? Maybe? Pretty dining rooms, house, bedroom, more bedrooms. Like, look at these bedrooms! This is legitimately very pretty. Library, sitting room kind of thing. This is gorgeous. Look at this library. I did mention I like to read, right? Nothing gets me as much as a really pretty library. But this is not the lab. Oh, this is pretty too. I would like curl up on this couch. Look at the blankets here and everything in front of the fireplace. Yes, I would read there. That's the kitchen. So that's not the lab. This is not the right place. Where's Ling's lab? I'm in the wrong place, friends. I'm in the wrong place. And I don't know where I'm going. This is somebody's house. I know not where I'm going. Somebody's boat. Zara's boat. Charles's house. Yeah, see, I'm glad I didn't walk in there. That's a clinic. Salon. Fish and Chips Tavern is closed today. That's Yuri. Ah! Oh, there's Ling's lab. I found it. Ha! It's over there. All right, I'm not far. I wasted half the day because I got lost. Hey, how do I get back up there? Tell me I can go this way. Fish and Sips. That's what it is. Not chips. Sips. Okay. So it was here. Up here. Ling's lab. Please still be there. Socket and pan. There it is. It says lab. Oh, gosh. Please be here. All right. I'm here. Oh, this is actually a very, very pretty aquarium she's got in front of her. Welcome to the lab. Been expecting you. Yes, I'm sure, because I am terribly late at this. Oh, she knows everything already. Everything, which is cool. But also this lab is cool. Oh, Kibble's point of view. Kibbles is very cute, by the way. You know, for a robot. An underwater diving robot. And the ocean likes me. I feel like this is a Moana thing. The ocean picked you. We're going to a secret lair. Exciting. Super corals, just like the one around here at Coral Island. Ooh, super coral. Survive the rising ocean temperatures. That's really cool. Again, with the travel situation. And remember what I was talking about with the scuba diving and snorkeling? I do like to snorkel, and I have snorkeled. I wouldn't say I've snorkeled often, but I've definitely gotten the chance to snorkel a couple of times. And when I first snorkeled, there was a riot of color in the coral. And now when you snorkel, I mean, there's still fish and it's still really cool, but the color is nowhere near what it used to be. So that's a real thing, friends, environment. I'm glad that this game incorporates like actual stuff happening. Also, wherein also holds Murph, ancient technology that can remove. Oh, we had a slip. A suspicious slip. Mer people, say it, Murph folk. Can remove these stubborn oil-covered roots and heal the sick coral. I am kind of wondering why the oil has roots. But, okay. Healing sick coral is good. We like that. This looks a bit like an altar. I'm thinking. What I saw in the ocean. What? It's too much. We're gonna sum up. A little bit of what makes super coral healthy. Friends, it's magic. Human science with a little bit of, I told you it was magic. Ancient technology, the ocean can recover. Lovely. There are actually people out there seeding coral, like taking bits of coral and growing it and then planting it elsewhere so that it can regrow coral reefs. That's a thing. That is actually like an in real life thing. IRL. It's a lot to take in. Sure, I have questions, but that's all I can share for now. I'll need to discover more on my own. I'm gonna go find merfolk. Ooh, and I get to keep the diving suit. Excellent. One more thing. Yes. Deemed worthy. I'm not the only one out there that is worthy. Ooh, I have friends. Hopefully they didn't come across wrong, but I don't want you to feel like this is a fate you can't escape. Okay. Well, I mean, that's the whole Slayer thing, right? Like Buffy hated being the Slayer, but also she liked being the Slayer. Let's be real. But it does come with its pros and cons. So I'm not alone. I appreciate not having the pressure of being the only one. In every generation, there's a single Slayer. That is not the appropriate quote, but it's been a long time since Buffy. Thanks again for stopping by, KaeKai. Yeah. All right. That was a nice thing. I kind of love this aquarium. How much can we like walk around here? Because it's pretty. Pollution and changes in ocean temperatures can lead to coral bleaching. Yep. I was mentioning the whole color thing earlier. IRL. When corals are stressed, they expel zooxanthellae, which causes them to turn white. Oh, true stories. Ah, Kibbles! It's a Kibbles prototype. Kibbles is so cute. Yes, you're right. That's neat. Coral. More coral. More fish tankiness. Let's talk. Publishing academic articles. Good call. That's a good goal. Writing a book is not easy. I just have this mushroom in my hand because I apparently have that going on. How do I get out? Oh. Okay. So we have found the lab. We have done the thing. And now we're able to go dive more and stuff. But it is now 4 p.m. Do I want to dive at night? Or do I want to, like, I don't know, do more harvesting of things? Let's head down to the beach and harvest the beach. Maybe I won't dive. I'm not sure. Because I still have some stamina. And one of the things I know I have to collect is like seaweed and stuff for essence and kelp. I need kelp for water bottles, or watering, which is kind of why diving is a good idea. But like also limited time in the evening. More concerned about my stamina. Maybe I can buy food to eat and then like I can do more. That might be worth it. Uh-oh, are you closed now? Can we buy a little bit of food? I know I don't want to buy food. I should learn how to cook. But yeah, they're closed. Missed it by 10 minutes. All right. We'll do what we can with the energy we got. Cleaning up the beach. Doing a little harvesting. Ooh, what are you? Flame scallop. Oh, it's an insect. Let's see if I can catch this without... Yes. Excellent. I should talk to people. Noah's so cute, isn't he? Ah, that was nice to talk to you. We are going to continue to clean up the beaches, etc., etc. All right, it's 18:20. I still got an hour or two before I gotta go, and I've got a little bit of stamina, so let's go dive just to see how much we can clean up before I run out of energy and before the night's over. Yeah, I'm still growing some stuff, but I'm also harvesting because I make more money off of that right now. We'll go do a little bit of night diving. Night diving can be very, very pretty, but also there's a lot more considerations to be had because there's a lot more activity with animals, certain types of animals, and so, you know, considerations should probably be made. Let's catch. I caught a common starfish. Yes, cool. I think this is all clear, so yes, we need seaweed. Oh. Doobie doobie doo. Yay! I need this. Oh, I could have caught you. Let me wander over here and try. I can't. Oh, did I get you? I got you. Ha! Hooray! Alright, that was cool. Also cool. I'm making a pretty good haul today. Steamer clam. I've eaten those in real life. Yes, I need a bunch of this. Also, let's see if I can catch you. I caught you! It's a sea slug. Wee. Okay. No, but really, I probably should, I don't know, attempt to clear away some trash in some other places. Ooh, is this sparkliness like nighttime luminescence? Bioluminescence, by the way, is so cool. I really want to see it in real life, and I haven't experienced a lot of it yet, and I really want to. It's getting late. We should leave soon. It is. You're not wrong. Oh, mysterious coffer. I'm totally ignoring them, and I probably shouldn't be. What if a shark comes by? Okay, low salmon at 2. All right, let's move the anchor over here because that's where I ended up. And then we'll go. Yes, we'll exit diving. Because we should get home, and I have low stamina, and I don't want to accidentally not make it back. Okay. So we got a bunch of cool stuff, and we should be able to sell it. Which is good, because income is nice. I should have my net selected in case I come across any insects, because it's nighttime, and insects. You know, like this one. Did I get it? Oh, I missed it. I'm terrible at catching things, friends. Terrible. I was much better in the ocean. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Yay. Oh. You know what? Actually, were these harvestable? They were. My inventory's full. All right. Well, let's go sell some stuff. All right. The moral. All I use... I'm going to keep the shiitake because it seems like a pretty good quality shiitake. I don't know. Sea salt seems like something I want to keep. I'm sure I could cook these, but we're not going to right away. That's just what's happening. Jackknife clam. Interesting. Okay. Bunch of flowers and this. All right. Let's go grab these 2 potatoes because, yeah, it's getting late. It's midnight. I didn't replant anything, but it's also only 4 days away from the end of the year. So that's where we're at. I should be able to quick transfer. Yeah. Oops. Okay, let's go to bed. Gosh. Yeah, we're in the red, which means I'm probably going to wake up tired tomorrow, aren't I? Cinderella at midnight. Okay. Yes. Ooh, I leveled up with the farming, I guess. An ordinary scarecrow, huh? I wonder if that has like a bigger radius. That means I might end up planting everything different for the summertime. Oh, my relationship with Eva has popped up. That's because I said hi. Yeah. Eva's cute. And I made monies. Yay. You know what? I think I'm going to make a decision that I'm not going to replant anything else since it's only a couple of days to the end of the season. I'm just going to keep watering what I got. And I'll look at the scarecrow situation in a minute. But we're going to keep diving and stuff. And since it's, again, end of season, I might not keep watering the stuff that I'm not going to replant because that's just energy. All these carrots. Yay. I'm at a stage in the whole farming situation where I'm like, okay, we're going to make as much money as we can so we can buy as many seeds as we can at the beginning of the season for the best harvest that takes the longest because I've got a lot of days to be able to do that. No, don't consume that carrot. Thank you. Doobie 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 doo doobie doobie doobie. Watering the plants. Oops, I just watered the scarecrow. Again, end of season, not watering everything because I don't have to water everything. So carrots. That makes me think, right? Because I love to crunch on raw carrots because they're one of my favorite like raw vegetable snacks. But also, I'm thinking about it. I love carrots and potatoes in like a Japanese stew, which is gorgeous and wonderful and so satisfying. And I also love carrots and potatoes in like a more American type stew. I love stew, honestly, but I should say Japanese curry is really, really good. Curries and stews are very comparable in a lot of ways. They're totally different things, but they have some things in which, you know, they got some things in common. And I love carrots and potatoes as vegetables in said dishes. Ooh. That's going towards that whole goal of shipping things, to ship things. I'm going to put you in here too. Alright. So, off to do some diving, because as we do, I'm doing pretty okay with the vegetable thing, but I need to grow some fruit. I'll have to figure that out. I imagine that there's summertime ways to do that. And I just missed an insect again. I am terrible at the foraging for insects situation. Way better at diving. All right, let's go down here and buy some breakfast because I haven't learned how to cook yet. And maybe I'll learn how to cook. We'll see. I'm not sure I can keep track of all that right now. I cook in real life. So I'm not sure if I'm interested in cooking in this particular game. But I'm sure it could be fun. Alright, that seems like. Alright, that seems like a couple of dishes that are worth. Yes, consume that. Let's gain some energy back. That's pretty good. Alright. So now that we have that energy, let's go diving and let's go clean up some more coral in the last couple of days of the season before I spend several days of the beginning of the season, the next season, planting, because I'm a farmer, first and foremost. I really think after having chased some butterflies, I have to upgrade my net before I can actually catch them, or, you know, gain some skill at this whole foraging situation. Let's go diving. I just, after having talked so much about snorkeling and also this whole eating underneath, we're going seafood hunting. You're not wrong. Kibbles, you're so cute. Okay, this isn't the kind of seafood that, or the kind of stuff that I want. So we're going to go down this way. And we're going to go chase this guy. I feel like we need to go, I got to figure out where I can go to start to... I missed it. Whoopsie. Where do I need to go to start cleaning again? Because saving coral. This isn't it. I have not opened up that area yet. Is this where I go? It is! Hey, let's start cleaning up this area. Because we're cleaning up the coral reef. It's an island. It's kind of important to everything. You know? So we're cleaning up trash in this area, as one does. Because evil oil slicks be evil. And I should probably move the anchor here. There. That way I don't have to go so far to go find it again. I wish I actually enjoyed actual scuba diving as much as this makes it. Oh no. Oh, I still caught it. Hey! But the conscious breathing actually takes a lot for me. And I tend towards asthma personally. And that doesn't stop me per se, but it definitely is a little bit more effort than if you didn't have asthma to be dealing with that. You know, and got to be certified and stuff. And I also wouldn't own my own scuba equipment. So I've held off on that. But again, the concept of eating seafood so fresh that you have harvested it off the ocean floor, and you can just kind of like take your mouthpiece out and nom it, sounds amazing to me. So, but then again, I really enjoy seafood. I have a couple of friends who are like, oh, you know what? I never really grew up eating seafood very often. And I'm like, oh my gosh. If that's one thing that I really love about me having grown up, is that I had a lot of seafood growing up as a kid. A lot of different kinds too. You know, I have a couple of friends who are like, I eat a lot of seafood, and all they do is eat tilapia every once in a while. And I'm like, oh, tilapia is good and all, and it's very versatile, so I'm sure you get a lot of variety in the ways you cook it, hopefully. But also, there's just a lot to explore in terms of seafood out there. And a lot of people are like, oh, well, seafood, sushi. And I'm like, well, I love sushi. Don't get me wrong. I particularly love sashimi, which is a lot of the raw fish served not necessarily as nigiri, not necessarily on rice, although I love that too. Like, there's a lot to enjoy about both sashimi and sushi. But yeah, that's like a whole thing. It is in general a really fun cuisine. I found the little sensor thingy, but I think I gotta clear the area before it goes to where it's gotta go. Low stamina. Okay, let's see if this can go where it needs to go. It might not be able to. I might have to clear the way. Oh, come on, I have low stamina. This might be problematic. Alright, please be able to go where you need to go. Phew. Pretty sure it is. I know, but look! I healed another coral reef! Might be worth it, or I might die down here. I'm not really sure. Oh, I'm gonna drown. Merfolk technology happened. Yay! Okay. No, really, we're gonna go up above now. And I'm gonna eat. And then I'm gonna come back down here. That's gonna happen. I mean, there is some foods that you can eat while you're down there. I just have not gotten it yet. Yes, consume. Because we're gonna go down there again. Just for a little bit. And do some more, just a little bit more, right? Like, I'm not trying to do a whole nother day. I just, go down there and do some more cleaning up. And also, harvesting things that I need, like this kelp. I'm just trying to clean up. The problem with cleaning up trash is they're making it like, oh, hey, I like the fact that when you harvest this, like when you whack at this stuff, you clean it up and then you can go and you can recycle it. The reality of recycling, there's been some articles out there. I don't know. It's kind of depressing, but also good to be aware. So when you got the wherewithal to read about it, it's a good thing. But in general, I think oceans are pretty. I really like oceans. Okay, and growing up, I always had a thing for mermaids. I really did. Wanted to be a mermaid. Wanted to meet mermaids. The whole ocean story. Oh, low stamina detected. Okay, well, let's bring the anchor over here so that I have some place to start tomorrow. And let's go back for the evening, shall we? And maybe not go to bed late this time. Bye, Gibbles. Gibbles is so cute. La da 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 da. I should have the net out just in case I run across some bugs because, again, money. Money, 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 money. Like you. I caught him this time. Hey. Oh, you know what I totally never did was actually change my category. I should change my category to Coral Island. That's something that I really need to get better at remembering to do in Twitch. There we go. I have updated my stream successfully. Hey, I should remember to do that faster. Sooner. Faster? Sooner? Okay, we're going to sell you. We're going to sell you. Cool. We're going to sell you. We're going to sell you. Cool. All right. Do, 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 do. I really should go finish this quest too, Jim and Wife. It's a really nice photo. Maybe I'll remember to do that tomorrow morning. 20% stamina. I got nothing left. I really, actually, before the night is completely over, I want to look at... What's the difference with you? An 11 by 11 area. So as compared to my recycled, who can do a 5 by 5 area, I can make a scarecrow that can do better, which I may decide to do because reasons. And then the sprinkler, I need silver kelp, which I haven't come across yet, really. I think I've come across a little, but not a lot. So can't make more sprinklers yet. But Hydro 2, soil staying watered. So I could make that. I'm more interested in fertilizer personally. And I could make a vortexinator that just it blows up trash. I don't know if I want to do that or not. I might be dumb for not, but I'm not. I don't know. It's just not really what I want to do. I do want to make fertilizer though, and there's not a lot of compost to do that. So I guess we're not going to do that. I could make flower bouquets, which, gifting to make friends is a thing. And I could also use it to make ground incense, which I might do in order to attract insects, in order to get them. Oh, Matthew J. Drake. Is that a froggy? Is that a froggy in the chat? Is that what you did? I don't know if it is or not. What is that? Anyway. I'll look at it later. But, can you see that? It's a froggy. Okay. We're going to go to bed. Sleepy time. Yes. Go to bed. Go to bed. Go to bed. Shh. Diving has upped skill point, and we have a recycling machine now. Ooh, what can a recycle machine do? Hopefully some really interesting stuff. And we made a bunch of money farming. Awesome. And some catching and diving. Also good. Yes, we like that. Saving for the next day. Shall we do another day? What is the recycling machine? Oh, it's raining. I don't have to water. Awesome. Oh, and of course of harvesting. Hey, what good was that? I suppose I should just be thankful, period. Okay. Taters precious. I personally, double crop. I personally really enjoy potatoes in real life, but I have opinions about potatoes. Nobody come at me. So here's my thing about potatoes. Right. I personally love golden Yukon golden potatoes as my favorite. I like them as mashed potatoes. I like them as baked potatoes. I love them thin sliced and fried. But when it comes to Russell potatoes, which you see more often, they're pretty good baked. Right? Like they got a nice fluffy texture for baked, but I don't actually like them for mashed potatoes. And honestly, I suppose there are some types of mashed potatoes where they're good. Mostly when you need like light fluffy potato texture going on. I'm just going to sell all of my vegetables right now because money. Oh, I think that cauliflower is ready. If you're going to make like cheesy mashed potatoes or mashed potatoes with like, some people take the trick of mixing like ranch seasoning in. I actually caught a winged animal. What is that? That's unusual for me. Like, I'm not even kidding. So maybe that's a skill thing that's happened where I can actually catch some stuff now. Let us go diving. Hi, Eva. What is the perfect way to go? Ooh, colorful fruit tarts. I love fruit tarts. Oh, with fresh fruit on top. So good. There are so many different fruit tarts that are amazing. I like the ones with multiple fruits on it. Like, you get some strawberries, some pineapple. Not really big on bananas on fruit tarts, believe it or not. I do. Oh my gosh. I love it when there's the gorgeous mandarin oranges. Yeah, fruit tarts are awesome. Ooh, there's a crab over there. I wonder if I can go catch you. I caught you! A pom-pom crab. Oh, because it picks up stinging anemones and brandishes them. Interesting. Well, you're adorbs. And also, you know, I like to eat crab. There's a couple of different kinds of crab out there. Like Dungeness crab out on the Pacific coast is tasty, but tends to be saltier, and the shell is real, real thick, right? I think of my favorite crab, I really like blue crab, like Maryland blue crab. And a lot of people in that area eat it with, what the hell is that seasoning? Chesapeake Bay seasoning? Old Bay. And I actually don't eat it that way. The way I grew up, you know, we would do a crab boil with, honestly, half a bottle of beer in the bottom of the pot, a little bit of water, a whole bunch of mint, and steam the crab that way. And it turned out way tastier to me than if you boil it in Old Bay seasoning. Just Old Bay really ends up being a lot stronger than I like for the sweet crab. It's good sometimes, though. I like it, especially when there's a couple of places where they do like crab dip waffle fries. I had a friend that took me to Camden Yards baseball stadium, and they had crab dip waffle fries, and that with Old Bay seasoning in it was amazing. Also not something I should have more than once in a while as a treat because it's pretty heavy, but it was glorious. So that's when I like Old Bay seasoning, when it's like with crab dip. But when I'm just enjoying crab, I personally like to steam my crab with just, you know, some herbs. And if you're not a drinker or you're not old enough to drink yet, that's okay. Don't get beer. You can always do it with apple cider. Like non-alcoholic apple cider works. In the lieu of that, white grape juice also works to give you some of that acidic, sweet flavor. But like I said, you're only pouring a couple of glugs of that into the bottom of a pot, and you're not boiling the crab so much as letting them sit ankle deep in steam. And then, you know, once they're cooked, you crack the shells and retrieve the meats. And that is a super tasty situation. Oh, look. I uncovered another sensor, but I wonder where it's got to go to get cleaned up. Where are you going? You're going over there. So hopefully, to get where you need to go, you're going this way. I'm going to try to clear its path for you if you need to. There it is. Hooray! Did you need to clean a whole bunch of paths? And we have cleaned up this area of the reef. Ooh! We just opened up a whole bunch of area. Awesome. Wait, I'm going to go back over here, or make my way over here, because there's something I can forage over here, and I also want to take the opportunity to forage. You know. Because foraging, because money. Pom-pom crab again. Very cute. So what I could do is just wander around some more until I find, like, well, That was a half thought. I didn't finish my thought. I'm sorry. I was wondering if it would be worth it to wander around and find the next like spot where there's likely to be a sensor instead of like methodically cleaning up all the trash every step of the way. But I still think it's useful to clean up the trash, so I'm not really sure how I want to experience this. Like, how do I want to play this? Oh, I've run out of stamina again. I guess I'm going up. Yep. I'm not sure. Because, like, it's a couple of different ways to approach that, right? Because you can always come back and harvest more trash later. But I'm also a person who likes a clean seafloor, and it seemed like you got to... Excuse me. Totally sneezed there. My bad. I don't even know if that came across the mic. I should have my net out just in case I run into anything. Oh, there's something over there. Am I good enough to catch it? I don't know. No, I'm not. All right. It's early enough in the day. It might be that it might be worth it to try one of those insect things. Since I'm right here at home, I want to try it. I think. Crafting. And I also, what do you do? Turns one resource into another. But how do you know what resource it's going to turn into? I can make one, so we'll see. We'll see. Okay. I want one of these. Okay. Oh, I ended up with 2. My bad. Anyway. Oops. Resume game. Let's put this. I'm indecisive. Okay. You guys, I'm going to sell because I need stuff. And then I'm going to put you here so I can do stuff with you. Okay, let's try one of these insect things since we got a little time in the day and I got a little bit of energy. Where's a good place to put insect thing? Let's try it over here. I don't know where a good place is to put one of these. Oh, you eat it? You eat it. All right then. That's like the opposite of mosquito repellent. All right, I've eaten it. I'm gonna go up here. Lowers awareness so you can find it consumed or attached to a trap. Oh, well, so it doesn't attract them. It just makes it easier for me to sneak up on them. Interesting. All right. This is just me wandering around looking for insects. Oh. I found insect. I found insect. Well, technically it's a snail because it's raining. And I'm foraging. Do 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 do. Do you see insects? I see flowers. Heyo. I should have said hi. I didn't. I ran away. I don't know what happened. I just got shy. I mean, it's raining, so there wouldn't be a lot of insects. Oh, there's another snail. Alright, I'm starting to feel tired. I should head back. Oh gosh, I've done the whole faded out and I'm going to start walking slow situation. Oops. But look, I'm almost home. It's going to be okay. We're going to be okay. Let's make sure we sell the snail. And the mushroom. Everything else. Can go away in here. I don't know, I think I'll store the... Alright. No, really, we're going to bed. Kind of early, right? Like a whole half hour before 10 p.m. It's like 9:30. Dun dun dun! Hooray! Alright, so we have leveled up in the catching, which is great because I was pretty bad at it. And I now know how to make bug jerky. Now, is it worth it to save bugs to make bug jerky versus selling bugs? I don't know yet. I haven't decided. But from foraging, I didn't really make much from those 3 snails, so and a mushroom. So it might be worth it. We'll see what the recipe for bug jerky requires. Oh no, because the bugs I was doing catching, and that's the snails. Never mind, I take it back. The foraging was just the 1 mushroom. Okay. Catching, I got 240 gold. I don't know. I think currency-wise, it might still be worth it to me to not cook. Which is funny, because in real life, I like to cook. A lot. I also like to cook for my friends. Okay, today is sunny. Ooh, I've got a letter. Been a while since my last letter. Hi, Grandma. Ooh. Miss you every day. Ashley's giving me a hard time lately. She's refusing her favorite food, so she's out most nights. Oh, and I just talked about how I don't feel like cooking. Oh, we'll take her to the vet soon. We made you some clay ponds, your favorite. I actually don't know what clay ponds are. What are clay ponds? Coconut-coated rice balls with an explosion of sweetness inside. That sounds amazing. Are those a real-life snack? Because I've never had them in real life. And that sounds amazing. Okay. Let me put this recycling thingamabobber somewhere that makes sense. I don't know where it makes sense. I'm just running around. I hope I can move it. Like, it's big and ugly. Where do I want to put it if it's big and ugly? Let's, I don't know. It's big and ugly. It just doesn't seem right over here. All right, we'll put it here for now. I can always move it, I think. All right. Producing scrap using 2 trash. Okay. Good to know. Anyway, let's get some water because there's some things that still need to be watered. Not a lot anymore, and it's like the day before the season ends. We've got almost everything, and then hopefully we'll have a nice amount of cash to plant a whole bunch of new stuff. Because that is what's fun about each new season. Is like, oh, what am I going to plant next? That's the farming part that I like. Okay. Let's go diving. That's like my new thing to do at the end of the season. Because I might not be able to dive or have time to dive for the first couple of days. Because I'm going to like knock myself out watering. Oh, I totally missed that bug again. Dang it! Oh, I'm terrible at this. Hello, kitties! Let's say hello to the kitty. I haven't done this in a while. Are you a good kitty? You are. It is a bit early in the morning. But that's okay. I have not. I also probably won't for a while, but that's okay too. You were fast, whatever the hell you were. Okay, I'm gonna buy some food, even though I've got some clay ponds here because I'm probably gonna have a midday stop since I'm starting so early in the morning. Somebody out there is gonna be like, you're not saving money. And I'm going to agree. You're right, I'm not. Okay, where's our cook guy? He's not here. Hi. Okay. But he's the one with the picture. And he hasn't shown up yet. And it's almost 10 a.m. And I want to go diving. So if I see him on the way by... Oh, there he is. My fishing skill is terrible. But also, I need... No, wait. Come back here. I need to give you this thing. Alright, we have completed a quest. Ah, and his mouth is open. Seems like a nice guy. Yes, it is. You're welcome. I'm glad that it didn't get destroyed. Okay. Oopsie. Okay, let's go diving. Pictures, like physical pictures, can really be nice. And at the same time, they can get destroyed, right? Like, I'm not one for keeping big photo albums anymore. But I love digitals. But, like, every once in a while, printing out a picture to have at home as a keepsake can be really super special. But I also am not the type to do like the whole wall of pictures either where I live. So, I don't know. It's a thing. It's a thing. Oh, look, there's a crab. There's some stuff to go catch. And I need monies. So, this is me doing a little bit of foraging. And when you clear up the trash, there's a lot more to forage. So, that was good. Alright. I think when you clean up the trash, there's more kelp too. And since I need more kelp, that's even more reason to be a little bit more systematic about cleaning up everything. Instead of just, you know, quote unquote, healing the reefs. Stay focused, friends. And now I have more things to use the trash for, which is great because I want to see what the recycle bin comes up with. I really should go to the blacksmith and get myself, open up these chests too. That's a quest for another day, I think. You'll help me remember, won't you? Also, these jellyfish are really pretty, but in, you know, real life, it's generally good to stay away from jellyfish because that whole stinging situation. Ooh, starfish over there. I wonder if you can catch them over the trash. I can! Ha ha ha. So when I was a kid, there was this cute little like article or something. Not an article. It's like short stories of a thing telling you what it was, right? And there was this one that said, "I eat with my stomach," and I'm like, "What? Don't we all eat with our stomachs?" No, friends. Starfish literally eat with their stomach because they'll like climb onto a clam and use their arms to wrap around the clam or other mollusk and pry open the shell. And then there's just enough, right? Like, because the thing's strong, the mollusk is strong. So they pry open the shell just enough so that their stomach can crawl out of their body and go eat the thing. And then come back. I'm just like, wow. That's creepifying, first of all. That its stomach didn't just come out and eat its victim. It's like it just pries open the door to your home just enough to get inside. And then it eats you inside your own home. Yeah, that's starfish, friends. Just in case you were wondering. So, mildly horrifying, isn't it? At the same time, that's nature. Starfish got their place in the world. We're healing reefs. I should probably move the anchor again. So yeah. There's me with creepifying stories about starfish coming into your home, sending their stomachs into your home ahead of themselves. We're almost getting low on stamina. I'm sure Kibbles is going to yell at me soon. But here I am, still foraging. Because monies. Alright, let's go back before Kibbles yells at me. Let's be responsible today. Okay. Whee! And let's check out what the recycle machine does, shall we? It's sunset, like we actually came up and it's not dark outside. Hi, let's talk to people. You're cuter. Hi, Waku. Waku's still my favorite, friends. Waku is still my favorite. Possibly because Waku has that K-pop look going real well. It is really beautiful this time of year. Hi. Hello. It is special. I'm so glad I ran into you. Oh no! Green smoothies? Yeah, well, you're right. It's hard to make a green smoothie that tastes good. You're not wrong. Alright, I'm so glad I ran into you, Waku. Hee hee. Alright. I'm obsessed with Waku. Favorite so far. Spring's only another day or two. I caught a cricket. Hooray! I almost didn't catch a cricket, and it was like waiting for me. Oh, goodness. Alright, we've got a bunch of trash. Let's go check out this trash situation. All right, it produces it, but how do you get it to work? I get that and I have trash. How does one get it to work? I don't understand. I really don't understand, which is terrible. Oh, scuba snacks. I hadn't thought about that. Fair. That's a reason to gather seaweed. Anyway, I don't have enough to make a scuba snack, so. I do want to make a scarecrow or two, but I can wait till tomorrow to do that. I'm still trying to figure out how to use the recycling machine. Because I made it. Next, and that's it. It doesn't tell me how. Oh, maybe I have to be holding the trash? Holding the trash. Ah! Make scrap. Oh, and so it's doing a thing. And now I can wander away again. I see. Well, that's interesting. I'm going to go put some other stuff away while I'm waiting for that to make its stuff. Oops. Did I put this in the wrong spot? I did. No. There we go. Wanted to do that. I think I'm going to sell you. Sell you. Alright. Might have been done already. So let's, hooray! Used for crafting. I don't know if that's better or not. But I mean, well, I don't know. I am sure it's better for some things. I just have not figured it out yet. We are going to sell you and you and you and you and you and you and also you. And goodness knows we've got enough trash to be messing around with this. I ought to. Don't think I have enough energy to take this tree down. But we're gonna find out. I'm gonna get yelled at. Oh, just barely. Yes, friends, that was me being foolish. But it happened right at the end of the night. That's okay. Okay, let's go to bed. There we go. Okay, I think that that's good for the night. Like, I started late streaming, and super happy a bunch of you joined me. I think let's do some chatting. Let's switch over to chatting to close out the night. I think that'll be nice. Ooh, I made a pretty decent amount of money with the diving and the catching and the farming. I'm happy with that. Alright. Hang on a sec. Let me switch out. We're gonna be right back-ish. Okay, we are back to just chatting for now. Because I started a little bit late. I mentioned at the beginning of the chat because I was doing physical therapy and ran late at physical therapy and then trying to get home, and I'm exhausted. So exhausted. But Coral Island is such a nice way to unwind. Oh, I have to change my category. I really need to remember to do this a little bit more. Change the category to just chatting, set expectations, that whole thing. Done. I'm super glad that you joined me for chatting today. And, I was talking about travel and I was talking about food, and now I really want to know if those, were they in Coral Island? Kelpie? Anyway, so I was talking about travel earlier, and the reality is I may or may not make it back in time to stream in 1 week on Monday. And the reason for that is because I'm traveling this weekend. A couple of friends asked me to come out for a impromptu long weekend. And I did some math. I was like, I can make this happen. And I happen to be going to a beach. So, I don't know if we're going to do, I think it's a lazy beach kind of weekend as opposed to a seafood boil kind of weekend. So I'm not really sure how much seafood I'm going to get. But this is definitely a bunch of friends packing all comfy clothes. No one's planning to do anything fancy. And I plan to travel light. So when I decide to travel, as you can tell, I kind of travel often. For a quick weekend getaway, sometimes I can actually manage to just travel with one weekend bag, even though I'm flying. But because my back is not doing well, and thus the physical therapy, I shouldn't carry an over-the-shoulder weekender bag. Even though I love them, I love the design, I love stuffing stuff into them and just running away for the weekend. That was definitely one of my favorite things to do years ago, before I messed up my back. So instead, I'm going to do a rolling carry-on. I don't think I'm going to need a checked bag at all. It's just a rolling carry-on keeps the weight off my bag. And then sometimes I also have a small backpack for my laptop, and that can go on the rolling carry-on when I'm just walking. And then, the backpack goes under the seat in front of me on the plane, and the rolling carry-on goes up in the overhead storage, and ta-da. So that's how I'm going to pack, probably. And everybody that I'm meeting up with for the weekend, it's like this beach house with a couple of rooms. They're all planning comfy clothes and swimsuits, even though where we're going isn't actually going to be that warm. I am not going to a tropical place. Based on the weather, it's looking like this is going to be 60 to 70 degrees Fahrenheit weather, which is warmer than where I am now, but it's not like toasty weather. And therefore, it's also not I'm not warm enough to wear a swimsuit and jump in the ocean kind of weather. There is a really nice kind of resort style pool right next to where we're staying, and there is a hot tub. So I think I will pack a swimsuit because hot tub. I will get in a hot tub even in the winter. Yes, and I have opinions about hot tubs because I like hot tubs to be hot. I know I have some friends who only like their hot tubs to be like 99 or 100 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm like, friends, your body temperature is like 98 point blah, blah, blah Fahrenheit. So you're only warming yourself up by a degree or two. I'm definitely 101, 102, 104 temperature hot tub kind of popper, shall we say. So yes, packing a swimsuit because hot tub. Even though we're on the beach, I plan to do a lot of walking on the beach, maybe dip my feet in the water in the beach, but I am not going swimming in the ocean at 70 degrees Fahrenheit, ambient temperature. Feels cooler with the breeze kind of temperature because that's just not warm enough for me to want to go and feel that it's refreshing. In fact, I have a tendency towards bronchitis, and I really don't want to be that person that gets sick all the time, so I will not be getting in the ocean. It's like one of those Asian dramas. Like, do you ever watch K-dramas or, like the Thai dramas, the BL ones, where, like, the character is out in the rain for 30 seconds, and then the other character, the love interest, is like dropping a towel on their head and drying their hair like, you're gonna get sick. You're gonna get sick because your hair is wet. Yeah. Actually, I find it... I think of it and I'm like, oh, that's ridiculous. Like they got wet for 3 seconds, right? But the reality is, if I went for a quick dip or like fell in the ocean at 70 degrees Fahrenheit outside and the ocean's colder, yeah, I might come out with bronchitis. just it would be my luck. It would totally be my luck. And since I don't want to do that, and I definitely don't want to get other people sick if I get sick, especially if I'm away from home. Yeah, none of that. We don't want any of that. We just want to avoid the whole getting sick thing. All right? Like I'm a terrible patient. So I'm not planning to do any ocean swimming. And I have some friends who don't care what the temperature is. No matter what, if they're going to an ocean, they're going to get in. They don't care how cold it is. But I'm not one of those people. I will definitely dip my toes in the ocean. I will definitely run along the beach. I will definitely say hi to cute puppers because I'm a GSD kind of girl. But no. So that's a weekend thing. I'm supposed to get home in time to have a little rest, get something to eat, and be able to stream. I'm supposed to. So, if I do, that's awesome. I'll be here Monday. If not, I will plan to stream Tuesday instead so that I don't go another 2 weeks without streaming. I'm gonna stream Tuesday if I don't stream Monday. I know it's not the regular schedule thing, but we're just beginning here, right? We're just beginning. So that's, I think, what I'm going to target to do. Because it's fun. And I like meeting you. And I also like playing a little bit of gaming. I am thinking that we've been playing Coral Island a lot. So if y'all think that you want me to try another game to throw some variety in there, just let me know. I'm cool with it. But otherwise, I'm kind of fixated on Coral Island for these little get-togethers. And since I'm going to the beach this weekend, it kind of fits that I was playing around with the diving. Where I'm going is not a place that has snorkeling. Otherwise, that would have been really cool. No, this is very much comfy, cozy beach house, lazing about and walking around on the beach every once in a while. Yeah. I will try to find some foodie experiences. That's going to be fun. When I get back, I'll tell you about that if it goes well. Foodie experiences are my thing when I travel, definitely. But for the most part, it's going to be low-key. So yeah, travel. It's a thing. It makes routines hard. And, well, hopefully you all are kind of flexible about that when you come still visit me. I hope you do come visit me, you know? because I love it when you come join me. I think that's about it for today. I know a lot of people are kind of hanging out. Chat's not super active, and that's okay. No pressure. But I think that's about it for me. I do gotta do some laundry to be able to pack light for said beach thing. Maybe next time, if anybody's interested, I'll talk about like packing strategies. I have strategies. I'm a GSD. I overthink everything. So I have strategies for my packing. And that might be fun to talk about. Also, I tend to pack a lot of snacks when I travel, and I don't have any snacks on hand. So I'm going to have to think about whether I pack snacks from home or I plan to pick up snacks at the airport to make sure that I don't get too hungry in flight on the way to my destination. Nom nom snacks. But also, I want to think about my strategy as to whether I want snacks for where I'm going. I'm sure that I could get snacks there. We'll see. I'll think about it. But anyway, thank you so much for joining me. And I hope you all have a good rest of your week. I say this all the time, and I haven't done it yet, but I might, you never know, keep an eye out for notifications, because I might decide to surprise stream later in the week. One of these times I'm going to get around to doing that, and it'll be fun when I randomly do. But I do plan to be chaotic about that. Again, with the routines are not my thing right now. I am in a no routine kind of phase, both because of travel and because of chaos. And because I got stuff with life, with the whole incorporating the physical therapy and everything. And in general, I'm still trying to figure out how to adult. Oops. But anyway, have a really good week. Good night.